Hey guys, today I'm going to show you the filter I built to clear up this murky water. Hey guys, welcome to the channel where I'm either building it, assembling it, repairing it, or just replacing it. What I'm going to be doing today is build a biological filter that also polish this water. If you look at this water, you can see how murky it is, and I was having a lot of issues with filtration and chemical balance. If you recall on my previous video, this is a 100-gallon tub tank, and I was using a 370 gallon per hour Polar Aurora pump, which I thought that would have been enough to filter this pond. But after 10 days, the chemicals are all out of whack. The water is cloudy and murky, and I wasn't getting anywhere. I was afraid that the fishes are gonna die, and I would have been in some deep loss and trouble. So I'm gonna build a biological filter to help clear up this water and clean everything out. So I went to the big box store and I picked up 2 bags of the lava rocks. I also had some Uniseals on hand, and I picked up a clear storage container. So I employed the kids to help me wash all the residue of these lava rocks, and they're playing with water and having fun while I'm doing other stuff. So they were cleaning the rocks out for me a couple of times, went through the wash and washing them out, and I'm gonna be working on the other stuff. So while the kids are washing out the rocks for me, I got a PVC, a 3/4 inch PVC, and I measure it from one end to the other end. And I divided it in 4 quadrants, and I just went ahead and drilled a hole on the bottom quadrant and on the left and right quadrants. That will be my supply line to the filter box itself. Once that was done, I got the rocks from the kids and I placed it into the 64 quart clear storage container. I also in the bottom have some bio blocks that's good for growing biological bacteria. So I stuck those in the bottom. Hopefully I can get better growth. So after I was done with the lava rocks in the tub, I went ahead and marked out the height level for my bulkhead fitting, because I wanted to use a bulkhead on this part because I wanted to thread that white plastic angle piece into the tub so the water is feeding from the bottom up. So that's why I decided to use a bulkhead fitting on this supply piece, and the return back to the tank will be Uniseals. After I found the correct hole saw, I started to drill, and you'll notice I'll drill a little bit higher because I was looking at the measurement and I was a little bit too low. So I went a little bit higher than I drew. You also want to run your drill backwards when you're drilling on these plastic containers. So I went ahead and screwed my bulkhead in hand tight, and then I took off that angle plastic piece. I'm gonna wrap some Teflon around it. And whenever you're wrapping Teflon on threads, you want to go in the opposite direction. That way your Teflon is not unraveling when you're screwing it in. So once I wrap the Teflon in, I'm gonna screw this angle piece in to the outside part. So I needed something to support my filter media. So I had some chicken wire that had laid around. So I cut that to length to fit on top of the lava rocks. I'm gonna support it with some coat hanger wires and let the filter sit on top of it. So I cut that down to length, place it in the box. That way I know what height to drill my return back to the tank. Once I got my measurement, I started to drill the holes for the Uniseals. So I drilled the first hole, running my saw forward and then backwards just to get a clean cut. Then I went to the other hole. As I started to drill the second hole for my Uniseal, watch my tip. You can see the plastic just crack right there. This plastic is very brittle, so don't ever use this container. Now I had to go and find another container. Luckily, I have one that was sitting around that was storing stuff inside. So I pulled that one out and started the process all over again. So while you guys are watching me re-drill this box, I want to take the time to do a little bit infomercial. 99% of the people that's watching my video are non-subscribers. There is the statistics up there. So do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that notification bell. The channel can sure do with some more subscribers. So hit that subscribe button. Now back to the video. So I went ahead and started drilling this new box out. It's a lot more flexible but durable. It took well to the hole saw, and I ran my saw backwards, make sure nothing was getting broken. I wanted to go higher with the Uniseal, but when I measure my measurement, that's the best height I could get, so I had no choice. I went ahead and stuck my Uniseal in, and I used some Vaseline to lube the hole. Once I lubed the hole, I rubbed some Vaseline on the pipe itself, so that way it kind of slid in with ease. And I figured Vaseline would be safe for the fish because they use Vaseline for those O-rings on the canisters, so it should not do anything. Anyway, I wiped off all excess with rubbing alcohol when I was done. Now that I've got my pipe in, I can measure and cut the distance for the bottom drain. I left it off an inch from the bottom on both sides. I use this T just in case the bottom line gets clogged. The top act as an overflow, so the water would just flow over the top instead of coming from the bottom. The water will flow from the bottom coming up and go out the pipe. That way you have circulation in the lava rocks. So that would be my water level right there, about halfway of the pipe before it starts to pour out. Those coat hangers I cut those so I can support this chicken wire. I drilled some hole in the side and I stuck those coat hangers in. Got this polyfill that I put for my filter, and screwed my top pipe in. Nothing is glued in, everything is just screwed in because there's no pressure in this line, and in case one of them get pushed out, it'll just go right in the tank anyways. So this is the current setup as it is. Now look at this water. In that black filter box is an old Rio pump I have. I think it's probably like 10 years old. I just threw that in there and connected to that clear tubing just to get the water up to the filter box and back down. As you can see, there's a big difference in this water quality compared to what was in the beginning of the video. This is 48 hours and the other video was like 2 weeks. This filter is awesome. This is the filter in action. You can watch it running and flowing the way it should. Look at the small filter that's there, the original. It's not pumping too much water. Here's the top setup. There is the filter that I'm using for the smaller debris, and in the bottom is my biological filter. Over and all, I think this is the best thing I could have done for the tank. I mean, I can't believe the water clarity that I got. Crystal clear down to the bottom. You can see everything in the bottom. And check this out. I've been chasing chemicals for like 2 weeks trying to get this chemical all balanced and adding chemicals. After 2 weeks of this filter, look at the chemical for this tank. The pH, the ammonia, the nitrite, the nitrate. Look at all the levels, how awesome those chemical readings are. I can't believe it. Anyway, you should go build one for yourself because this is really great. Instead of buying a canister filter, you're better off building your own filter. So I'll catch you guys in the next video.